back with another video right here, I don't know, fix the camera and position it. Alright, what's up, how y'all doing? Now this one is the movie I just saw yesterday, Bad Boys for Life. And I know all y'all like Bad Boys movie, and who doesn't like Bad Boys movie? They're awesome. They're awesome movies, awesome actors. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. Who would seriously? Who would dislike them? Seriously, who would dislike them? They can't be humans if they don't like Will Smith or Martin Lawrence or Bad Boys. Come on. So yeah, Bad Boys for Life is really good. I mean, I had to say since 18 years since the Bad Boys 2 came out. This movie right here never missed one step at all. It never missed one step. It's still as freaking good as the other two Bad Boys movie, you know. And I grew up with Bad Boys movie. I watched 1, 2 like 100 times over again. And I relearned all the lines in the whole movies too. That's how much a big ass fan of Bad Boys movie I am. And this one is really good. This one. Especially this one. Oh my god, this movie is really good. Yeah, y'all gotta check it out. Y'all gotta really check it out. Bad Boys for Life. Actually, yeah, I plan to check it out. I better see what 3-4 times in theaters, cause it just showed me how really good this movie is and never missed one step at all. So yeah, man, it's crazy. But without further ado, we about right to this video. It's called 5 Best and 5 Worst Things in Bad Boys for Life. I mean, I could think of worse things that people might think. Oh, they're Martin Lawrence or Will Smith are too old right now, but so what? We all get older. That's a part of being human, right? Everybody gets old, and yeah, we don't like stay the same age forever, you know. I mean, that's how God created us, you know. Well, enough bragging. Let's check this video out. 5 worst and best things in Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys for Life is full of bullets, explosions, and quips. But is it any good? That depends what you're looking for. Here are our picks for the 5 best and 5 worst things in this long-dormant action franchise's latest installment. It's been more than 15 years since they last teamed up, but Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have...
Oh shit, 15 years? Almost 18 years. Damn, guess I miscounted. My bad, y'all. I'm too slow sometimes, but don't laugh at me.
Lost a step. By this point in their careers, both actors have their shticks down pat, and in Bad Boys for Life, they deploy their respective charms with military precision. The action scenes are nice to look at, but the banter between the two leads is where you'll find the real fireworks.
Hands behind your head right now. I got this. I'm gonna penetrate this man's soul with my heart.
When the script is clunky and the dialogue cliched, Smith and Lawrence still make it work. In a different world, Smith and Lawrence would have made a modern Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. Since that didn't happen, we'll take whatever we can get. Not all bad boys are created equal, and Bad Boys for Life proves it. This is Mike Lowry's movie. He's the one who's targeted by the bad guys, he's the one who has the biggest character arc, and he's the one who drives the action forward. Unfortunately, that makes Martin Lawrence more of a sidekick than an equal player. In the first Bad Boys, Marcus is very funny, but he's also depicted as a capable cop and legitimate tough guy. In Bad Boys for Life, he's little more than comedic relief. While Mike is out busting heads and chasing leads, Marcus is stuck at home, engaging in sitcom-style slapstick. We get it, of course. Will Smith is the bigger star, but Bad Boys is supposed to be a partnership, and the series' 3rd installment, Smith is clearly the star of the show.
Yo, Miami Beach, day 1, son. Little Mike Lowry got me tearing up about this thing.
The first Bad Boys came out 25 years ago. Will Smith is now 51. Martin Lawrence is 54. To pretend that they're both still young would be ridiculous. But Bad Boys for Life lets his actors show their age, and it's a better movie for it. Lowry and Burnett are still cop caricatures, but they feel more lived in than ever before, which helps to sell the drama.
It's probably the last year that my knees will work.
The characters' ages also let Bad Boys for Life tackle an inconvenient truth. Bad Boys hasn't aged particularly well. The older movies are homophobic and slightly racist. Lowry and Burnett's shoot first, ask questions later style of policing is a little harder to swallow given recent conversations about police brutality. Bad Boys for Life deals with those issues, at least indirectly. It's still gleefully ODC, with a fantastically high body count. Still, a little self-awareness goes a long way. Bad Boys for Life succeeds because of its cast, but its script does them very few favors. Many of Smith and Lawrence's one-liners, especially those in the first half of the movie, feel stale. We've seen a cop brought out of retirement for one last job so often that it's beyond a cliche. Beyond some memorable villains and a couple of plot twists, most of the story is forgettable. The same goes for the action scenes. After 25 years, over-the-top Michael Bay-esque explosion fests are starting to have diminishing returns. The action gets the job done, but it's not particularly exciting or interesting. This may be one of 2020's first movies, but in a lot of ways, it's still stuck in the mid-90s.
Hell yeah.
Bad Boys for Life is the most personal Bad Boys film yet. Marcus has always been a family man, but the 1-2 punch of a new grandkid and a fresh son-in-law make him think about hanging up his gun and badge for good. Mike has it even worse. At the beginning of the movie, he's gunned down in a surprise drive-by shooting by an old rival, setting him on the road towards vengeance. The Bad Boys have always been fun to watch, but in Bad Boys for Life, they're also relatable. For the first time, it feels like we're getting a glimpse of what's underneath their cool, wisecracking demeanors. The old one last job cliche never works out well for the people involved, and it's never clear whether Mike or Marcus are going to survive until the credits roll. There are real consequences for the characters in this movie. Compared to Bad Boys 2, in which the boys just up and decide to single-handedly invade Cuba, that's kind of a miracle. Bad Boys for Life raises interesting questions and doesn't really do anything with them. From Marcus's solemn promise to be done with violence to Mike's newfound sense of vulnerability and the anger that comes with it. Both of those concepts suggest unique stories for the characters, but these weighty themes generally end up either ignored or just played for laughs. Lowry's fury is simply used as an excuse to get him involved with the investigation. Burnet's
Oh shit, hold on, y'all. My bad. Okay, I'm back.
attempts to keep from killing fuel punchlines, not character arcs, and pay off with Marcus picking up a machine gun and kicking ass. Now, this is Bad Boys. It's supposed to be fun, not introspective. Still, it feels like a bit of perhaps wasted potential. Directors Adil Alabi and Bilal Fallah are the first people not named Michael Bay to direct a Bad Boys movie. But don't feel bad if you haven't heard of them. Bad Boys for Life is their first major American film. Arby and Fallah capture Bay's style without mimicking him completely. They don't move the camera as much, and they give some of the bigger shots more room to breathe. By the time the movie's over, it feels clear that some new blood behind the camera was exactly what the franchise needed. So, about that plot twist. Without giving too much away, Bad Boys for Life's third act kicks off with a major revelation. As it turns out, Isabella's a much more personal reason for hunting Mike than the film initially lets on. Unfortunately, the big twist comes more or less out of nowhere. It's a secret so big that even Marcus Burnett, Mike's best friend for over 25 years, doesn't know about it. That doesn't really ring true, and unfortunately, the reveal derails Bad Boys for Life's climax and sucks all the fun out of the room. Even worse, it needlessly complicates Mike Lowry's origin story. Bad Boys establishes that Lowry is a handsome, privileged trust fund kid who always dreamed about being a cop. He takes his job seriously, but he's also entitled and not used to being told no. It's a great simple backstory that explains everything that character does perfectly. It didn't need to be any more complicated. Bad Boys for Life isn't the sort of film that you watch for callbacks, references, or Easter eggs, and yet somehow it's full of nods to the previous two films. Even better, these Easter eggs don't call attention to themselves. They're fun for die-hard Bad Boys fans, but series newcomers will find them funny too. And boy, are there a lot of them. Marcus's quip that the Bad Boys lyrics are hard to learn is a throwback to Bad Boys 2, which reveals that he doesn't know the words to his own self-appointed theme song, as is his reference to his one good butt cheek after Mike shot him in the rear in the last movie. And then, of course, there's Michael Bay himself as the MC at Marcus's daughter's wedding. A cameo that's tailor-made for the film nerds in the audience. Even the kids at Ammo get in on the action. When Will Smith dismisses a young task force with a bunch of High School Musical wannabes, it's not just a sly dig. His co-star Vanessa Hudgens rose to fame as the lead of the Disney Channel series. Ending Bad Boys for Life on a cliffhanger feels unnecessary. By the end of the film, Lowry and Burnett have gone through complete arcs, and they're content with their places in the world. Dramatically, there's nowhere else for these characters to go, but it looks like they're forging forward anyway. As of mid-January, a fourth movie is already in the works, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Reportedly, we won't have to wait as long to see the boys again as we did between 1 and 2. But one wonders if it wouldn't have been smarter to just wrap this unlikely series up more tidily, and just go out on top. The Bad Boys are getting older, and it really makes you wonder what they're going to do for the next one. At this rate, they're gonna have to start calling them Bad Grandpas.
Ow! Nothing.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.
Damn. Ooh, yeah, that's how crazy Bad Boys for Life was. It's really good. And yeah, it has like good Easter eggs in it too. I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing or review the movie. I'm just gonna say that it's got like good Easter eggs, a good crazy twist in the whole movie. So y'all gotta check it out yourselves and see the crazy stuff in there. The action scene is pretty crazy too. So yeah, it got like good reference like from the in the movie like from the previous movie, the Bad Boys movie. So yeah, I gotta check it out. And yeah, I heard the Bad Boys 4. A friend of mine mentioned that to me that they're gonna work on the Bad Boys 4, but we don't know when that's coming out. So I just gonna come out next 10 years or next 20 years or so. Then we gotta live through the years first, right? Or survive first, right? And then yeah, we'll see what happens, y'all. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. If y'all saw Bad Boys 4 for Life, what y'all think in the movie, let me know.